another day living with Toyota Starlet entry level. In this video, we are still continuing with our road trip. We are heading straight to Beit Bridge. Welcome to another video. As you already know, this was our last destination. Now we are going forward with our trip. Again, we are still continuing looking at practicality and driving experience and also fuel consumption. We're still looking at how this car handles the national road and how it does with gravel road. Today is another day with Toyota Starlet. We are still continuing with the part 2 to Beit Bridge. That's our checkpoint. But we have Hendrik tunnel. That is another checkpoint. And we also have Tollgate, which is Baobab Tollgate. And then after that, we will go to Musina Mall. But we are still continuing with the driving experience and living with this car on a daily basis. As we are still going to be continuing with fuel consumption, looking at fuel consumption, practicality, and driving experience for this Starlet. So far, let's hit the road and I will update the rest on the way. Firstly, let's talk about this car in general. This is an entry-level 2024 Toyota Starlet XI. At least on the front end, this car comes with xenon headlights as a standard. As this is entry-level, you don't get fog lights. And another thing that this is entry level is those steel wheels. You don't get alloy wheels, you only get the wheel caps. At the back, all these look the same except that you don't get reverse camera. Inside the cabin, you get Apple CarPlay as a standard. Here we are taking our stuff straight to the car, checking out of the room. But all in all, it's never be amazing to leave such a beautiful place. When it comes to practicality of this car, you get a total number of 5 people that can occupy these seats. But the middle person who gonna be sitting in between those rear 2 seats will be uncomfortable for a certain time. You get 314-liter boot space. Normally in this boot, you can fit only 3 medium luggage bags. Here we didn't waste our time, we just pack our things and get ready to hit the road. We just search our destination, Beit Bridge, and start moving. Let's talk a little about this powertrain of this entry-level Starlet. All these Starlets comes with naturally aspirated 1.5-liter 4-cylinder petrol engine that produce power output of 77 kilowatts and 138 newtons meter of torque, with an option of 4-speed automatic transmission or 5-speed manual transmission. From 0 to 100 km per hour, it will take you 11.2 seconds driving this car. This comes with 5.7 liter per 100 km fuel average consumption and fuel range of 649 kilometers with fuel tank of 37 liters. Here we were going down the mountain of Lowest Richard straight to Hendrik tunnel. Look at the landscaping and how clean these roads are. I guess they are doing a great job with the national roads. It was in the morning around 10 to 11 a.m. with slightly no cars on the road. This was on Sunday. When I say this road was so clean, look at the car on front of my car. It's very, very far, and I was just cruising nicely. Here we are passing on the Hendrik tunnel. The landscaping and beautiful content you can get from this place is on another level. This was a toll gate of Musina which called Baobab Tollgate. Mostly this toll gate is nowhere to be found. Even on pictures or anywhere, it's hard to even find pictures of this place. But here we paid 57 rand for a hatchback to pass through this natural road. After this toll gate, I was driving alone. No one was passing, even on coming traffic. Here it was my PA telling me that I have seen people taking content to the speedometer and on the driving instrument cluster. I was like, yeah, this is what people do at some point while they are driving. Mostly it's the car guys who does that. I guess you spotted that this car was sitting on 13,900 something kilometers, meaning this car is still new, guys. It haven't visited any dealerships for the service. After this, it will be the first time going to get its service. After a short period of time, we arrived at Musina. Here we were passing, going straight to Beit Bridge, passing this bridge that holds like a hand. In Musina, there is still trains and goods. I guess they are using a diesel train. Here we arrived at Beit Bridge. This is the fuel garage at Beit Bridge. After that, we just go through inside the office of Beit Bridge or the office of immigration, just to go to see the bridge and the border. Here it's after we were done with the Beit Bridge, coming back to Musina Mall. One thing that I can say about this place, guys, it's hot. It's extremely hot to be in Musina. Whenever you had a situation or you had an option to choose where to work, please consider this place at last, because there is an extremely hot condition or hot weather almost. Here we arrived at our destination called Musina Mall. We pack our car and get straight to the mall and see what is the difference with this mall and another malls. I guess with this one, it's a big mall, obviously, and it has everything that you might need from the mall. And it's quite made in an easy way that even when it's the first time visiting, you won't even get lost. It was around 1 o'clock when we decided to pack our car and have some lunch. After that, we get straight to the car and search another destination, which was Tshipise Forever Resort. Driving on this road on Sunday, it was a privilege. There was completely no cars on this road. But the only problem that you might figure out driving on this road, it's animals and these monkeys. These monkeys, they can make you have an accident if you are driving off a speed limit, as you won't be able to put your car on brake eventually. These animals and monkeys, they put kids on the other side when they are on the other side looking for food. When you approach, one or another will pass going through to the mother or the mother going to the daughter. This is so horrific to be in this situation, as you might be on accident or hit one of these animals, because one will be looking for other and you will only meet on the middle section of the road. The landscaping of this Forever Resort is so nice. Look at that mountain, the big mountain around this place. It's amazing. It keeps the landscaping to be perfect. Here we arrived at another destination called Tshipise Forever Resort. The place is quite beautiful, but this is familiar to each and every forever resort you know. There's nothing much to expect except expecting forever resort. I think all of these forever resort, they always look the same or almost look the same. We didn't waste our time inside here. We just get inside, and after that, this is our way going straight to another destination. After searching for the next destination, we didn't waste our time. We just get in the car and drive straight to the Big Tree. As you know, Big Tree is one of the big landmarks of Limpopo. That's why you can see all plate numbers of Limpopo. There's that big tree. It's called Baobab tree. A tree that people said it can be covered by 30 people. And also this tree called Sagore. When my PA see this board of saying Big Tree, my PA thought that, hey, we are here. Until we still have a long way to drive. Getting on the gravel and driving for a certain time. Here we arrived at our destination called the Big Tree. Unfortunately, when we arrived here, we find that they are closed and there's no anything that we can do to see that big tree. The only thing that we saw is that small tree that you can see. It's called the Baobab tree, but unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to see the biggest tree in South Africa, the biggest Baobab tree, which can be covered by 30 people to cover the whole tree. We are lucky in Limpopo to have such a landmark. The landmark that made people of Limpopo to put it on the car license plate. Here there was nothing interesting anymore, as the goal was just to go where we started our trip. But we arrived at this other destination called Tshilamba Shopping Center. And what I can say with this car, it's good for both tar road and gravel road. It did better with gravel road. I thought maybe it won't, but for person who has a gravel where he or she stay, it's much better to choose even a Starlet. It will work better with those roads. The only thing that I don't know is how it works at a rainy situation, as I never encounter such when I was having this car. Here we arrived at Thohoyandou, and this is where we started our trip, but we were not exactly where we started our trip. We were still driving straight to that big port and the cycle and the elephant to show you that we are back to where we started our trip and going straight to where we started our car, which was Thohoyandou Thavhani Mall. Now let's talk about fuel consumption of this small car. I have driven this car for over 500 kilometers and filled the full tank after it was left with 2 bar, and I fill it with 704 rand, 20 cents, and it was only 27 liters. Here we are, arrived at our last destination, Thohoyandou Thavhani Mall. This was the end of the trip. If this content was useful to you, please don't forget to subscribe, like, share and comment, and tell us what you think we should take for a road trip and where we should go in Limpopo or somewhere else. But don't forget to subscribe. Take care until the next one.